Attach the support angle to the tapped holes on the pedestal. Bolt the support plate to the operator and the support angle. Securely tighten the hardware. To save time, we've installed 4 support arms and 2 support arm channel assemblies. These channel assemblies provide support for the switch pole units, so we're leveled to the same elevation as the cross base. Further, and very importantly, these cap screws were tightened to a torque of 160 foot-pounds. Now we're ready to install the switch pole units. One of the pole units positioned outboard on the shipping skid is marked pole 2. Attach 4 suitable lifting slings to this pole unit, making sure the rigging does not stress the interrupter, transfer linkage, or disconnect. Raise the pole unit a few feet and remove the 2 cap screws which secure the shipping bracket to the bottom of the base. Discard the shipping bracket and hardware. Remove the 1/2 inch stainless steel pin and cotter pin from the insulated operating rod. Save these pins for later use. Move the pole unit towards the center mounting position on the cross base. Remove the protective cover. Carefully guide the pole unit to avoid damaging the insulated operating rod. Attach the pole unit to the cross base. Then attach the pole unit to the support arm channel assemblies. Securely tighten all the hardware. Use the same procedure to attach the 2 outboard pole units, stenciled pole 1 and pole 3. Prepare the insulated operating rod on each pole unit for attachment to its interface drive lever in the cross base. First, remove the access cover from the transition box. Now remove and discard the wood shipping block. Use caution. The transition lever is under pressure. When you remove the shipping block, the lever may rotate about 25 degrees counterclockwise. Keep your fingers clear of the lever's movement. If the transition lever doesn't turn fully counterclockwise, carefully turn it by hand. Lift and turn the retainer to release the 3/8 inch stainless steel connecting pin which attaches the transition lever to the operating rod link. Remove and retain this pin. Attach the clevis on the insulated operating rod to the interface drive link in the cross base. Use the 1/2 inch stainless steel pin and cotter pin which were removed earlier. The insulated operating rod can be moved up or down to make the connection. Before reconnecting the transition lever, it may be necessary to loosen the interrupter stop bracket. Then replace the stainless steel connecting pin which was removed earlier. After the connecting pin has been inserted and locked in place by its retainer, remove and discard the stop bracket and spacer. Attach the uniball coupling on the operator to the interface drive lever in the cross base using the 3/4 inch stainless steel pin and cotter pin which were removed earlier. More than likely, you'll need to reposition the adjustable locking rod which has been factory connected to the interface drive lever. Turn the upper or lower locking nut until you can insert the pin. Now, remove the lower locking nut and unhook the adjustable locking rod. Discard these parts. To prepare for installation of the interface pipe assembly, make certain that all 3 pole units are fully closed. You can check this by seeing that each of the 3 stops is in contact with its bumper. Connect the factory-adjusted interface pipe assembly to the center pole unit drive lever using a 1/2 inch stainless steel pin, 2 galvanized steel spacers, and 2 stainless steel X washers. Now attach the interface pipe assembly to each outboard pole unit drive lever. If you encounter difficulty in making this connection, loosen the lock nut at the adjustable coupling and rotate the interface pipe section as needed. Then retighten the lock nut. Now recheck the closed stops. The center closed stop bolt should still touch its bumper. At the outboard pole units, a gap of 1/16 inch or less is permissible. If the clearance exceeds 1/16 inch, the interface pipe must be adjusted. Attach the clevis end of the interface drive link to the longer of the bell crank arms on the cross base, using a 1/2 inch stainless steel pin and cotter pin. To connect the operator to the interface pipe assembly, attach the C-shaped clevis at the lower end of the vertical operating pipe assembly to the takeoff shaft on the rear of the operator. Use a 5/8 inch stainless steel pin and 2 stainless steel X washers. Then attach the straight clevis to the shorter of the bell crank arms, using a 5/8 inch stainless steel pin and cotter pin. If necessary, loosen the lock nuts at the top and bottom of the vertical operating pipe and rotate the pipe so that the connection can be made. Then tighten the lock nuts. To check functioning of the low-speed powertrain, proceed as follows. Open the access shutter and insert the manual charging handle. Rotate the handle clockwise until the disconnect blade tongue contacts just clear their jaw contact fingers. With the disconnect blades maintained in this position, check each blade to verify that its center line has not shifted left or right by more than 1/4 inch, as measured to the center line of its jaw contact. In this instance, we've purposely introduced misalignment so that we can show how to correct for any blade centerline shifting that may have occurred. Loosen the 4 insulator leveling screw locking nuts. Adjust the leveling screws to realign the tongue and jaw contacts. To avoid changing the effective height of the support insulator, do not adjust more than 3 of the 4 leveling screws. Tighten the locking nuts. To check for correct travel of the disconnect blades in the opening direction, continue rotating the manual charging handle, clockwise only, until a firm resistance is felt as the blades reach the fully open position. The disconnect blades should be open past 90 degrees, as we see them here. None of the open stop bolts should touch its bumper. Here the blades correctly open past 90 degrees, but if they hadn't, we would rotate the vertical operating pipe clockwise as viewed from the top to increase blade travel. If increasing the blade travel causes any open stop bolt to touch its bumper, rotate the vertical operating pipe counterclockwise to decrease blade travel. Do not adjust the open stop bolts. When both adjustments are satisfactory, tighten the lock nuts on the vertical operating pipe. As a point of interest, the operator in the open position can be decoupled from the disconnect blade powertrain. This permits the interrupters to be closed and retripped without operating the disconnect blades. The decoupling mechanism can be padlocked, coupled, or decoupled. Remove the manual charging handle. For our convenience, we've removed the protective wrappers from the interrupters and insulating support columns. In an actual installation, the high voltage conductors would be connected to the circuit switcher terminal pads at this time. For the sake of simplicity, we've already brought in control circuit and heater wiring and connected it to the terminal blocks, observing correct polarity. We've removed the fuse holders for now to prevent accidentally energizing the operator. Next, open the side access door. Then we have to remove the blocking from the motor contactors. Now for a few final checks. Make sure that the wood shipping block has been removed from each transition box. And see that the interrupter stop bracket has been removed. Check that the blocking has been removed from the motor contactors. Be sure that the adjustable locking rod has been removed from the cross base. And finally, check that all bolted connections have been securely tightened and that all pins and retainers are in place. Replace the access cover on the side of the transition box and securely tighten the stainless steel cap screws. Replace the bottom plates on the underside of the cross base. Replace the fuse holders in the operator. If the optional position indicating lamp has been specified, the green lamp will come on. Press the close push button. In the closing operation we've just seen,